for the purpose of challenging an election, Section 133 of the Electoral Act provides, no election and return at an election under this Act shall be questioned in any manner other than by a petition complaining of an undue election or undue return. Now, all the agents of PDP participated from units to wards, to the local government, and to the state. Mr. Niyi was the one that represented PDP at the state level. We all signed the document. We looked at the document. You are bound by the action of your agents. And in all these polling booths that over 3,009 that we had in Ondo State, there were no incidents of fighting and quarreling. Serious, there was none.
Yeah, but you said yourself that, the Electoral Act that accepting or signing does not invalidate the results.
That is true. But on the record of it, on prima facie, except where we have this area where we have mutilations and all that, that's when we begin to talk. But if on the record of it, on the face of it, the things are clear and clean, why will you not accept it? For example, Chifoke won in Ilaje. I have thought he won't win because of the way we work. Maybe because people felt it's from that particular area and gave him victory. Was he expecting less for Dr. Mimiko in Ondo? Now, Akure, which was central, was he expecting less for Dr. Mimiko at the central? At the north, Chief Akeredolu won in Owo, marginally. Now, was he expecting that Iroko would not win in Ondo? So you see, Chief Oke should be a sportsman in this regard.
Yeah, but we've also seen areas where people lose in traditional strongholds. Yeah. The question he's actually raised is more about security. I mean, what the security situation was like. Do you agree with him in that regard?
Well, I was not in all the wards and in all the units. And Dito also was Chifoke, not in all the wards and units. At least it was in his unit at Ilowo where he voted.
Which you admit is rural.
No, of course, yes.
It's not exactly cosmopolitan.
Of course, yes. Of course. If it was rural and there were no security people in that particular place and he won, then the presumption should be that he also manipulated. If he won, if he didn't win, for example, the area is rural, there were no security according to him, and he won, so why will he complain?
But that's just one rural area. I mean, like you rightly pointed out, he couldn't have been in all, could he?
He who alleges must prove. It is not enough to make a blanket statement. You must come to say that in Akotobo, this was the problem that ensued. You must come to say that at Ijansan, that is in Irele, this what happened. You must come to say at Kurama in Eseodo, this was what happened. It's not enough to just make a blanket statement. It's not. So, for example, when I was challenging the results in Elaje, I make specific references to what transpired. Specific. But a general statement that Dr. Mimiko rigged the election and all, the people of Ondo State spoke out and made a statement. It is clear. The result is here. So while he had, PDP had 156,961, Labour Party had 260,199. The difference is 104,208 persons.
Mr. Enokhuomehin, I think the point here is this. Do you agree with him that there wasn't sufficient security coverage in Ondo State?
My dear, that is not true. I do not agree with him. Largely enough, we had enough security presence in Ondo State. But you see, I also will also not swear to an oath that in one or two places there may be these lapses. It's only God that does what is perfect. But notwithstanding, what the law requires is substantial compliance with what is done. Averagely, when you take the average, you will find that sufficient security persons were there. But in any event, do we even need security to defend our votes? The people must cast their votes. And once they cast their votes and the votes are accounted for, and the votes count like it has counted, for example, that's where it should be. I think my elder brother should be a sportsman. The president had commended, congratulated Mr. Governor. He should go ahead. That's the beauty of it.
Has the ACN congratulated the governor?
Well, I do not expect them to congratulate. Why? For now. Why? I do not expect.
Why?
You see, it is not my intention to make this comment, and I won't make it, but I'm tempted to make it. We know what ACN was driving at the beginning. But you see, the people from those states have spoken and have said, we want Dr. Mimiko. And I predicted it before now. I said, Labour Party will come first, PDP will come second, because PDP still has structures on ground. But for this Whitlow that they had in their leg, PDP could have run well, but PDP was having some Whitlow, internal rankling and all that. ACN is not on ground. That's the truth. The fact that they even had this 143, I think I should commend Dr. Echifagere Dulu. I should commend him and his sponsors from outside the state. I should commend them for doing well. But I think at this level, they can go to challenge. It is one thing to challenge. It's another thing yet to have success. We are well prepared. We are ready. Looking at it fast, virtually all the reports from the various units, from the various wards, from the local governments are there with me in Akure.
All right.
Fully ready.
Well, the ACN released a statement. We actually reached out to them, but for some reason, they are not here. They were not also there yesterday. But they put up a statement, which was signed by the national chairman, Chief Bisi Akande, saying, well, yes, they've just been told about the results of the Ondo state governorship election. As a party of Democrats, we in the Action Congress of Nigeria have always known that the choice of who governs has always been that of the people in situations where the electoral process is transparent and credible. Therefore, all politicians worthy of their assault must always expect victory or defeat. We recognize that it is a sovereign right of the people to decide what kind of government they want. This is a challenge of democracy. Our party believes that there was and still is need for change in Ondo State. Thus, our party will study carefully the general details of the results with a view to taking a final position. They go on and on and on, and well, that's a statement. But
I think, to all intent and purpose, Chief Akande made a very beautiful statement. That's a statement of another statesman in that respect. The area wherein I think I am worried about statements is the issue of the people would desire that a change in Ondo. The issue wait for 2016 or 17 for that. As at now, a statement has been made that we want Labour Party in the state, and that statement confirmed. If anybody has issue with it, all it needs to do, proceed to tribunal. Within 21 days, go and make your case. But we are solidly ready. Not a broom can remove an Iroko tree.